Καλώς ορίσατε. Welcome to the New Testament Greek course entitled It's All Greek to Me. I believe that this course will give you a revolutionary insight into the reading and understanding of the New Testament in the Greek language. En archi in o logos. Ava means father. Thavma, miracle. Alpha, A. Epsilon, E. Ida, E. Iota, E. Πάτερ ημών, ο εν της ουρανής, αγιασθήτω το όνομά σου, ελθέτω η βασιλεία σου, γεννηθήτω το θέλημά σου, ως εν ουρανό και επί της γης. Before we embark on our journey into our Greek New Testament studies, I would like to say that this course is not intended to promote any particular theological or doctrinal stance or view. My intention is to equip the student with the ability to read, translate and understand the Greek New Testament, enabling you to make your own informed decisions as to the meaning of a word and its translation in relation to its context, allowing you to come to your own conclusions. Therefore, if you invest time in these 8 simple steps, a new world of knowledge and understanding will open up to you. This is not an exhaustive course, but is intended to lay a good foundation for you to build on. Why study New Testament Greek? My argument for this is that however good a translation is, it is always good to refer back to the primary source. What I mean by this is to go to the New Testament text in the original language. Reasons to study. In the Greek language, there are various words that on first appearance would seem to be synonymous with each other. But when they are translated from Greek to English, in many cases the same English word is used in the translation. I will qualify this by giving some examples as to what I mean. But first, it would suffice to say that these words have theological implications depending on the context which they are found in. Therefore, if the translation does not qualify this, what I mean by this is that if in the translation the distinction is not made between the 2 alternative Greek words that are translated by the same English word, the intention and meaning of a particular passage can be lost in translation. For example, look at your screens. Look at this verse in some detail. On the surface, it looks like a straightforward dialogue between Jesus and Peter. But on closer inspection, when we look at this passage in its original Greek, we can see that a deeper significance can be drawn from this passage, from the words that are used in Jesus' question and Peter's response. I would like to qualify what I have just said. Take a closer look at this verse again. In verse 15, we have the word love mentioned twice. Looking at the translation, can you identify which Greek word or words for love are used in this verse? Bearing in mind that there are 4 Greek words that have the meaning of love, we can identify 2 of these words in the New Testament. The Greek word agapao is translated to the word love. The Greek word philo is also translated to the word love. These 2 Greek words have different theological implications. The first word, agapao, is theologically accepted to refer to God's love, which is sacrificial. We can qualify this when we look at John chapter 3, verse 16. 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 1 to verse 13 gives us the attributes of agape, love. The second word that is translated by the word love is philo, which is accepted to refer to brotherly love or friendship love. Therefore, if we come back to John chapter 21 verse 15, we can look at this verse in the light of these two Greek words for love. Something amazing is happening in this and the next few verses. We have the English word love mentioned a few times in this passage. Again, I would like to ask the question, what Greek word or words for love are used here? The dialogue is between Jesus and Peter. Can you identify, differentiate and make the distinction as to which Greek word or words is used or are used in this passage? I will elaborate and explain for your convenience at this time. Look at your screens as I say the words which are used and who is using them. The words will appear on your screen. Jesus asks Peter, Simon Iona, αγαπάς με πλέον τούτον? Peter replies in this way, Ναι, Kyrie, si είδας ότι φιλώ σε. The text reveals to us that Jesus is using the Greek word agapas, the word for sacrificial love in this passage. But Peter responds by using the Greek word philo, the Greek word that means brotherly or friendship love, which is also taken theologically to mean a worldly carnal love. This dialogue is overlooked by many because they do not possess a working knowledge and understanding of the Greek New Testament. Some may ask, is this significant? Well, the reason that we place significance on this dialogue between Jesus and Peter is because of what follows in the passage. What follows demonstrates to us that the usage of the words is deliberate. In verse 16 we have Jesus again asking the same question. Αγαπάς με, again using the Greek word which, as I said earlier, is interpreted to mean sacrificial love. Peter, on the other hand, again responds by using the Greek word that means brotherly love, philose. The significance to what is happening here is revealed in the next verse. The third time, Jesus modifies the question. This time the word philis is used by Jesus instead of αγαπάς με. But Peter still uses the same word philose. Peter seems at this stage incapable of understanding the significance of the question which is presented to him. Perhaps then Jesus may be challenging him to love in a deeper sacrificial and selfless way. Now, if you do not have a working knowledge of the Greek language, this important lesson can be lost in translation. The fact that Jesus moves from using the word αγαπάς με and chooses to use the word philo for love in the Greek may imply a shift in his position towards Peter. I would like to make some observations before we move on. Look at this verse. Now look at this verse. If you notice, the word love is mentioned in these two verses. But the question that I would like to ask is, which of the two Greek words is used in the original Greek? I would like to ask a rhetorical question. If there is a difference, does this imply a theological implication? There are other such examples of New Testament Greek words that in many instances are translated by a singular English word. For example, the English word worship is used to translate three Greek words that have the meaning of worship. Although these three Greek words are forms of worship, each one has a distinct and differing characteristic, and therefore their usage will have theological implications. Our text is taken from the Gospel of John, chapter 6, verse 51. Εγώ είμαι ο άρτος ο ζών. Now just I want you to pause there for a moment. I'm going to say this again and I will translate the meaning of each word. Εγώ, that means I, είμαι, am, ο, the, άρτος, bread, O, the, zon means living. O, ek, that is the, and ek is out of. Tu ουρανού καταβάς. Του the ουρανού, heaven, καταβάς, came down. Ean dis, ean is if, dis is anyone. Φάγει egg τούτου, φάγει is eats, egg is of, τούτου this, του άρτου, του the άρτου bread. Ζήσετε εις τον αιώνα, ζήσετε live is to τον the αιώνα age. Και ο άρτος the on, και means and, ο is the, άρτος means bread, the means and, on εγώ δώσω, on which, εγώ I, δώσω give, η sarx, e is the feminine definite article the, sarx is flesh. Μου έστιν in, μου is my, έστιν is, in means which, εγώ δώσω, εγώ is I, δώσω is give, υπέρ της του, υπέρ is for, της the, του of the, κόσμου, ζωής. Κόσμου, world, ζωής means life. Excellent, well done.